Let's get into it.
You did.
Scorpion. The audacity.
I'm gonna sit there.
The audacity of Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Dre Graham.
To bless me with two sides of an amazing album. If you don't like the album, I just want you to know you're a hater, and it's showing. Your true colors are showing.
If you don't like the album, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I mean, at this point, what else can you say? I mean, he literally, in the actual credits, just wrote about, all right, let's read it off. I hate when Drake raps. Drake sings too much. Drake is a pop artist. Drake doesn't even write his own songs. Drake took an L. Drake didn't start from the bottom. Drake is finished. I like Drake's older stuff. Drake makes music for girls. Drake thinks he's Jamaican. Drake is an actor. Drake changed. Anybody else is better than Drake. Yeah, we know. And if we're really going to get into that, he made an album with the sole purpose of proving everybody wrong. I have mixed emotions about that, but at the same time, I'm cool with it. So, like, on one side, I think it's super cool that he was able to be enough of an artist to make an entire album as a response to his critics. But on the other side, I feel like we lost out on some good music solely because he was trying to please the people that weren't going to like him to begin with. And that's my frustration. How you feel about it?
Man, yeah. I think Drake thrives off of that. You know, people always trying to, doubt Drake. People always got something negative to say about my boy.
True.
But I feel like he feels off that, the critics, man. Every time you say he can't do something, he comes back and just shows everybody just why he's the best artist out here in the world. Just not just a rapper, but musician, man. There's no one with the better Ilfie music right now out here in the game.
I mean, it's really that simple. And on the other side, I'm going to go into conspiracy theory mode.
Oh, here you go. Let's hear them. There's plenty of these conspiracies out
there. All right. I feel like the first side of Drake's album was entirely rewritten. I feel like he wrote the whole second side of the album in maybe a month.
Now, what's your reason for that? What's your basis off this conspiracy?
All right, because he had bar after bar after bar after bar responding to Pusha. Am I wrong?
Nah, for sure.
He did. He had bar after bar responding to Pusha. Now, that being said, because he had bar after bar responding to Pusha, it makes you wonder, did he not have a whole album filled out and then Pusha went down, the whole situation, the beef went down, and he went back to the lab and just cooked up something completely different. And I'm two-sided on it because at one side, I'm like, wow, that's really impressive that you could go back and redo an entire album that's still going to go double, triple platinum. Or I feel like as a fan, I may have gotten robbed because I'm trying to see, just Drake, check me out, come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get on that.
You want to give him trust issues.
And you gave me a response to a dude that is talented, has hits,
right,
is proven in the game,
right,
but is not even close to the level Drake is on. I love Pusha. I love Pusha's songs. I love Pusha's music. I love good music, the whole crew. But if we're being honest, Pusha could put his best work out. And Daytona was a good album. It will never, it will never be on Drake's level, and that is my whole issue with the situation.
I feel like it took Pusha T to push Drake to these new heights. I
feel like
he was Pusha T in the game. I feel like for the most part, no one's been close to even touching Drake in terms of just as it bars, anything, and the fact that Pusha T came at him with just reckless abandon and was like, "Hey man, I don't care who you are, I'm gonna we're gonna see if you to go. You say you to go. Let's see. We put you to the ring.
Then let's see it. I think we can put a conspiracy theory on top of another conspiracy and say that maybe they in a hidden room in Wyoming was like, "Hey, we finna beef with each other. You finna eat and I'm finna eat, and we both gonna be cool."
I heard some crazy conspiracies, man. My friend, my roommates told me, he was like, "Hey, what if the Pusha T beef was just so Drake could talk about his kid?" Because he couldn't say it himself.
No, I feel like you might be right. You said that Drake may have had his beef with Pusha solely because he wanted Pusha to bring out the baby so he could speak on it. One thing we know about Drake and one thing we know about being that level of superstar is your fans will not turn on you no matter what. I mean, no matter what. I mean, Michael Jackson literally hung his child over a rail, and we acted like that didn't happen.
We swept that under the rug.
We acted like that didn't happen.
CPS was not involved.
Not at all. I mean, but not to speak ill of the dead, obviously. But I mean, in the same tone, since we are talking about Michael Jackson, it's a good segue. This man had a Michael Jackson feature.
Not a sample.
Not a sample. Not a sample.
Unreleased feature, man.
An unreleased feature from a 1983 recording session with Paul Anka. Like, nah. When he says that I reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach, this is what this man is talking about. Like,
yes.
To drop an album with a feature with Michael Jackson on it. This man has been dead for 9 years.
Man, 9 years, man.
I mean,
moonwalking in heaven, man.
Part of it, you could say that, you know, the late Joe Jackson got to heaven day one and was like, hey, nah, we got to drop this hit. Like, we got to drop this hit right now.
Can you make some music?
Yeah, you got to drop it right now. He put that man back to work. R.I.P. to two Jacksons.
Two legends, man.
That are great. But not only did he have the MJ feature, he had the Jay-Z feature.
Right. What do you think of that?
Him and Jay-Z are beefing on the cool. Nobody want to talk about it. Like, this man had a feature with somebody he's beefing with. And it wasn't like the song was made 5 years ago because Jay-Z had a bar on it that said, like, y'all killed X, but let Zimmerman live. The streets is done. Mm-hmm. So, like, this had to be done in, like, the past week and a half while Jay-Z dropped a diss line on him in his Carter's album. And Drake in this album said, I had deals that the Magna Carta couldn't get done. And they're both talking about the same situation about Drake choosing Apple Music over Tidal. I will never be able to drop a song with somebody I'm beefing with, but I also probably won't ever be on that level of music ability. So
well, it is Jay-Z, man. It is Jay-Z. Let's put it that way. It's
I mean, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Exactly. That's how I see it. I feel like that you can beef enough, but you know what sells and what people want to hear. And I think he surprised everybody with that Jay-Z feature because I was not expecting that.
I figured, because I know they came in, and when Drake first came into the game, Jay-Z did have a little bit of time where he took him under his wing. Mm-hmm. I feel like Jay-Z... You know, when you are that much, I think that also speaks testament to the maturity in how you act when you don't have anything to prove.
Exactly.
When you're that old in the game, you're established in the game, do you really need to have beef? Like, I can just speak on it and sweep it on the run. Like, hey, I'm about to be the first rapper to touch 1 billion. I don't care. hey,
like, what is beef to me at that point?
I'm about to be the first rapper to touch 1 billion. I should be locked up. And I'm married to Beyonce. I'm not really gonna complain, right? Like, I feel like that's how you can kill a beef that quick. But
it's like that's the ultimate comeback. You can say anything about me, then I pull up. Hey, I'm about to touch half a billion. I'm married to the hottest woman in the game.
Look at half of my life and see if you want to switch spots.
Like no one.
But all right, let's get down to it. Where does it rank amongst other Drake albums?
Ooh, man, that's tough. I would put it at number 3.
Really?
Yeah, I'd put it at number 3. 3 or 4 right now. 3 or 4 right now.
Really?
Because I couldn't put it over Take Care.
You backed it off. You backed off that 3 spot.
I have to check myself, man, because
all right.
So Far Gone was such a classic. You know, Take Care was such a classic. You can't knock those two for sure. But I think it's right up there with a lot of the other great albums he's dropped.
I think the real question is, does it edge out Nothing Was the Same? I don't think you're wrong with that 3-4 spot, but I do think how we view Nothing Was the Same decides that. Yeah. That being said, I don't think we'll know the answer until a year from now.
I agree. I have to take that back, man.
Because every time I'm on a road trip, whether it's an hour away or 6 hours away, you can bet I'm playing something from Nothing Was the Same.
Ooh.
Consistently.
Ooh, now that you said it, man, Nothing Was the Same was like, a tough one, bro.
Connect? Connect? What?
Pound cake?
Hits? We're not talking about songs. These are hits.
Take off, Hold On, We're Going Home, bro. That's a classic album.
Just hold on.
And that's a good song. But I'm just saying, take that off and you got classic bars like on each song, bro.
I mean, this man did give us a 20-something song album.
And we're not even... How many weeks in? He just dropped this album. Let's keep this straight. He just dropped this album. So we still got time to listen to it.
The album went platinum day one.
No one's doing it.
This man's out... And I'm sure it probably could have went double platinum. It had I'm Upset. What's the song that the girls love? Nice for What?
Nice for What?
Yes and no, it didn't have Yes and It had God's Plan. That's what I'm thinking about.
And those aren't even the best 3 songs on the album. Let's put that. Keep in mind. Keep in mind. Exactly.
Those are just singles. That being said, I've never hit next so quick in my life. Then when I played that album and those songs came on,
I'm telling you,
I think that's part of the reason why he put them together. So we could just double tap next before you close the app. You can just all right next, all right next, all right cool. Now we got a new song.
Smart move, man. Smart move. Especially in the day and age of streaming, man. I think this album was right up there, just because he dropped more life, within a year ago. And I think it's right along with that, but I think he tweaked it and kind of knew exactly where to put specific songs and place it, just with the two album concept.
True.
So he gave us side A, like on some Biggie shit, like the hard album at first,
of course,
and then I'm gonna give you some club bangers and something for the ladies in the second part.
He did. That's what I'd say this. I have never, in my opinion, and you guys can disagree with me, you can disagree with me, I've never heard Drake go that in detail about his intimate life in After Dark. I ain't never heard him get that graphic. And I do like the fact that he brought on Ty Dolla $ign, a rapper who's been known to walk that line and crush it consistent. I like the fact that he brought on Ty Dolla $ign to help him do that. But it definitely, if you ask me, we did get some Take Care of Drake, but at the same time, we also got a whole different other monster within Drake on side B. I mean, he took it to places where it wasn't just, I think during Take Care, he was either rapping or he was singing. And, we like to say it was something in between, but it wasn't. I think in this album, he diversified it. He said, all right, we're going to do this, and then we're going to have like 5 songs that are just crossed, where you can't tell the difference between them, and it's going to slap. But that's enough about Drake against Drake. Where does Drake match up on terms of the albums? Where does he match up in albums this year with other albums? Because I'm going to be honest with you, and Drizzy, if you see this, forgive me, but if you ask me, this isn't the album of the year.
Then what is the album of the year?
Victory Lap. I got Victory Lap as my album of the year.
You know what? I can't do that with you. I can't do that with you for that.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Nipsey. Yeah. Shout out to Nipsey, man.
Shout out to the whole West Coast.
Shout
out to my boys on the West Coast.
Man.
Nipsey came too hard.
I agree.
Nipsey came too hard on that album. The whole album smacked. He had the right features on the right songs. He had the right track list. I'm sure he had 20 other songs that could have possibly made the cut, but the ones that he picked were perfect.
Yes.
Like, I in terms of a complete album, I don't know nobody that's beating that this year. I can't see it right now. Drake, you can't ever keep him out of the top 3. Out of respect, you can't keep him out of the top 3. So if you ask me, it's between KOD and...
Ooh, bro, there's been some good music out, man. Yeah, KOD was nice, too.
It's between KOD and this one right now. Now, I've also only gotten through the album a good amount, 4 or 5 times. Good 4 or 5 times.
Right.
But I don't think I'll be able to have a true stance on it for another month. It's going to take me 1 more month to have a full say that's reliable on it. That being said, if I had to pick it today,
right,
I think KOD is edging out edging out Scorpion solely because of the message.
Mm-hmm.
The artistry was there.
Exactly.
I think on this album, because Drake was so busy trying to defy people and prove his doubters wrong, he just showed that he was a hit maker. He did show that he was a storyteller. He showed that he can share his private life and do it in a way that'll make you want to hear it over and over again. Mm-hmm. But in terms of actual message, in terms of being an artist, in terms of creativity, I don't feel comfortable giving him the nod over Cole.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't give him the number one spot, but let's say this. I would say that all those three artists you just named all do a good job of carving out their own lane.
Yes.
And not feeling like they have to, outdo something or overdo something. Like yes. Let's say J. Cole, for instance. He does it every year, no marketing. Just lets you know when he's gonna drop an album, drops it, and then he goes off message, gives you a message.
Man, when I first heard KOD, I was thinking, wow, this man actually put features on.
And then that's rare.
And then I realized that it was him on the feature. I was like, wow, okay, so this man gonna feature himself. All right, that's cool.
No one does it like that.
But I mean, I think that's an exciting part about hip hop is that you got, in my opinion, it sounds like in yours too, the top 3 albums are all 3 different versions of hip hop, which is what I like. And this isn't for the on the show list of things we're supposed to talk about, but I think
we're gonna go off of a record.
Yeah, I think it's important to speak about it. Is excuse me, hip hop and rap are different. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Touch on it, man.
Hip hop and rap are different.
Distinct difference.
And I think that it needs to be spoken on because too many times we've left it out in the space. So I think people are losing the ability to identify rap as this and hip hop as that.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 albums, that's hip hop.
Got you.
These club bangers,
that's rap.
That's just rap. Hip hop was a whole culture. It was DJs, it was MCs, it was B-boys. I'm sure I'm missing 1 or 2 components, but hip hop was a movement. It was a culture. Mm-hmm. Hip hop spoke for the entire culture. Nipsey, on his album, spoke for the culture of where he's from.
Right.
And even if you aren't from Crenshaw, if you were just from an area where you're going through something, there are challenges above you that you have to overcome, Victory Lap was for you.
Most definitely.
We had this stacked against us, we beat it, now we're here. Victory Lap. That makes sense to me. KOD, not a secret of the industry, not a secret of suicide rates going up, not a secret of abuse and addiction, not secrets. All things that we don't like to talk about, especially in the Black community, all things that are important. He spoke on it.
Yeah, because a lot of us, we don't believe in mental health issues.
You better go talk to the pastor.
Exactly. Or you don't talk about that. You be all right. Get through it.
That being said, God made pastors and therapists.
Exactly.
But we don't even want to talk about it with either. To be honest, in today's day,
both are needed. Both are
needed. But we don't even want to talk to either one in today's day and age. And that's also a little plug for mental health. If you need somebody, you
exactly. Talk to somebody.
Man, call me, shoot. Unless you're a woman, my girl gonna be mad. but there are people out there to help. But that being said, he spoke on the culture. Drake is the culture.
Yeah.
He leads the wave. Period. We can argue and sit here all day and say he doesn't. This man sets the wave. His music alone sets the pace for the culture, whether we want to agree with it or not. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Any artist that you pick from any area of the country at one point in time that blew up in a year, all the people that blew up in less than a year.
Let's name them off.
Drake blew up. 21 Savage.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Atlanta when 21 Savage was bubbling up.
All right.
I was listening to 21 Savage. All this man dropped was Sneaking with Drake. Worldwide hit. Next thing you know, 21 popping up overseas.
Yeah.
This man has a knife on his forehead.
It's a knife.
And he getting invited to European countries.
I'm telling you, bro. Drake has that effect on people. People don't give him enough credit for how he puts on for these, these younger artists in the game.
I mean, and 21 spoke on it, I think, even recently. He said Drake is a guy who every year goes back and pulls somebody up with him. Lil Baby, again, another Atlanta artist.
Hey, shout out Lil Baby. This man's blowing up. He's getting to it, bro.
An Atlanta artist, and we know Atlanta artists are going to look out for Atlanta artists.
Exactly.
But Atlanta artists can only make you nationwide. Drake makes you worldwide.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, you don't have Lil Baby being listened to on the West Coast because that been happening. Young Thug made sure that happened. You got Lil Baby being listened to in Abu Dhabi. You got Lil Baby being listened to in Germany. You got Lil Baby getting across the water of places he probably wouldn't be invited to at all, ever.
Exactly.
Were you from where? Your name Lil Baby? I'm one of the people that when I first heard Lil Baby was on the Quality Control album, I was like, I'm not finna listen to no dude named Lil Baby. Like, what I look like? Listen to dude named Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm like, yo, this dude, he not gonna be just another dude for much longer.
Oh yeah, he definitely on the way up. He just not no one hit wonder. I thought That's My Dog was that was it, but
man,
I didn't hear that other song. Man,
hey,
Southside, that's some song.
Y'all can lie to me. But when he said I'm in there with TB, he was talking about me, and we can agree to that. We can agree to that. I'm just saying. I'm just letting y'all know that's my boy back in the A. I'm all cap. Let me chill out. I'm all cap. But that being said, I mean, even I love McConan. I mean, I know his career is gone up and down since recently, but even we can't say that I love McConan wouldn't have been even known or brought up in a podcast when he hadn't put out a hit song in 5 years without Drake's help. Man, Tuesday had been done for like a year and a half before Drake hopped on it. And it wasn't like, let's go to the studio. I put a verse on your song.
I wonder if he asked for it.
So, yeah, we gonna release it as our song, but I put a verse on the song. I'm gonna fly you out and we can perform the show.